Here in number 8, the sum, C, of the sequences A and B, which are defined by AN is n plus 1 and BN is 101 minus n, those are rules of correspondence for these two sequences. The sequences are actually functions. They're functions whose domain are the natural numbers. Okay, so that is to say A assigns to 5, A of 5, which is 5 plus 1. And B assigns to 5, B sub 5, which is 101 minus 5. Okay, but anyway, the sum, C, of those two sequences has the rule of correspondence that is the sum of the algebraic rule of correspondences for the other two. So Cn is n plus 1 plus 101 minus n. All right, so adding those together gives me simply 102. And that is a constant sequence. It assigns to every natural number n the same thing, 102. Now, I'm also asked to write C as an infinitely tall column of numbers. Let's see. In column notation, the statement A plus B is equal to C can be written, or is equivalent to, so let's now think about what A looks like as a stack of numbers. The first thing in the stack of numbers A is what A assigns to 1. Well, I guess, what A assigns to 1, which is 1 plus 1. Next would come 3, and then 4, and then 5, and that would go on forever. This is an infinitely tall stack of numbers. Think of it as like an infinitely long n vector, where it's an n vector in the limit that n goes to infinity. And B, let's see, B has 101 minus 1, so that's 100 in the first slot. 101 minus 2, that's 99. 98 is next, and then 97, but that will just keep decreasing forever. Eventually, actually, it'll turn into negative numbers. And the thing about it is, 2 plus 100 is 102. 3 plus 99 is 102. 4 plus 98, that's 102. 97 plus 5, let's see, carry the 1, it's 102. And that'll keep going on forever. Okay, so that is the sum C is an infinitely tall column of numbers. Now, I am also asked if A, B, or C converges. Let me think about how to phrase that. Since an, which is equal to n plus 1, goes to infinity as n goes to infinity. Notice that the arrow means goes to. It's not the same thing as this logic statement, or this logical qualifier right here. This means is equivalent to. This arrow is shorthand for goes to. Also, Bn is 101 minus n goes to negative infinity as n goes to infinity. And Cn is 102 goes to, well, it doesn't go anywhere as n changes. A and B diverge, but C converges. Now, I just want to point out that in this class we're going to try to be respectful of the difference between the name of a function. So for instance, A is the name of a function, and A sub n is not the name of a function. A sub n is referring to the thing that A assigns to the number n, namely n plus 1, where n is a variable. It could be any natural number. It's one way of thinking about that. So A is the name of the function, A sub n is the name of the thing that A assigns to the number n.